Hey everyone, it's Tara and I'm super excited to make another yoga video because I haven't done so in quite a while, so I apologize. But let's go ahead and get started. So come onto your mat and let's come into any sort of meditation pose of your choosing. So whether that be just cross-legged, hands on knees, or coming into child's pose, so coming on to your knees, pressing your hips back towards your heels, stretching your arms towards the top of the mat, or laying on your belly or back. So whichever feels better for you today, just make your way there. And then wherever you are, just start to close your eyes. Just begin to arrive into this present moment, just letting go of everything that's going on today. It doesn't matter what time of day you're doing this video, just being present, focusing on your breath. Just kind of noticing it right now, not controlling it. Kind of feel it go in and out. With each inhale, breathe in strength. With each exhale, let go of fear. And then let's change our breathing in and out through your nose. So feel your belly rise on the inhalation in. And then on the exhale, again, out through your nose, letting it all go. Maybe even constricting the back of your throat a little bit, making a sound as you breathe in and out. It's called Ujjayi Pranayama, means victorious breath. So kind of making it sound like an ocean. Taking a few more rounds of this breath. Trying to cultivate this deep diaphragmatic breathing throughout your whole practice. If you ever lose your breath, feel free to come back to any sort of resting pose of your choosing, whether it be this one or child's pose or laying on your back. Let your breath be your guide and just honor your body. So take a few more breaths. And then wherever you are, start to cultivate some movement. So if you're sitting, maybe taking a few circles, or if you're in child's pose, starting to come up onto your hands and knees. Maybe circling your hips a few times. If you're on your back, reaching arms overhead, full body stretch. Taking a few breaths, closing your eyes, letting your body guide you whatever way it wants to move. And then when you're ready, we're all going to make our way onto our hands and knees. So hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. On an inhalation in, you're going to reach your right hand up into the air, turning your gaze towards those right fingertips, really reaching tall, turning your chest. And then on the exhale, you're going to slide that right hand past your left hand and come onto that right shoulder. Your left hand can stay where it's at, or it can reach up to the top of the mat, or you can bring it around your back, reaching for that right thigh. Closing your eyes. Staying here for just one more breath. And then exhale. Place that left hand back down. Inhale, right hand comes back up one more time. And then exhale, right hand comes back, tabletop pose. On the inhalation in, left hand reaches. Spinning your heart up, and then exhale, sliding that left hand past your right wrist, coming onto that left shoulder. Right hand either stays where it's at, or you can reach it to the top of the mat, or behind your back, reaching for that left thigh. Closing your eyes. One more breath here. And then exhale, press into that right hand, lifting the left arm back up. One more breath. And then exhale, place that left hand back down. On the inhalation in, you're going to drop your belly, point your tailbone and chin up into the air, broadening through your collarbones. Exhale, rounding through your spine, pressing the mat away from your body. Cat pose. So inhale, dropping the belly, pointing tailbone and chin up. And then exhale, rounding through the spine, coming back into that cat pose. So start to flow with your own breath here, inhaling into that cow. And then exhaling into cat, and feel free to add any sort of movement that feels good. Maybe rocking your hips in a big circle. If you need a little bit of a wrist stretch, you can place your fingers towards either side of the mat and make those big circles. Or if you need a little bit more forearm stretch, you can turn your fingers back towards your knees and take those big circles. This is my favorite. It feels so good. Wherever you are is perfectly fine, wherever you want to go. Just close your eyes, ask your body what it needs. A few more breaths, just moving. And if your wrists are turned back around, turn them back to the front. Tucking your toes under, shifting hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. So spreading your fingers really wide on the mat, dropping your neck. Walking out your dog, pressing one heel down and then the other. Taking a few breaths just to close your eyes here. Again, moving however you need to move. Just pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Tailbone is high up in the air. Heels are just pressing towards the floor. It's okay if they don't make it all the way there. A few more breaths. And then on your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up into the air. Just holding here for a breath, pointing those toes up as high as you can. And if you want to bend that knee to open the hip up towards the sky, maybe take 3 circles in one direction. And then 3 circles in the other direction. And then if flipping your dog is in your practice, you can feel free to go there. And if you're flipped, come on back over. One more breath, right leg lifted. And then exhale, you're going to step that right foot in between your hands. So we're in a low lunge, kind of rocking forward and backward here. Kind of finding that right position. And then we're going to move over to the side of the mat. So coming into a low straddle. So you can kind of point those left toes up. You can keep your hands on the mat or bring your hands to heart center. So we're going to start to move left and right. So going from one knee to the other. You can always pause and hold one side if that feels better. Just always do the same on the other side. Taking a few more breaths, going through these side straddles. And then placing your hands down if they're not already, we're going to come up into a wide-legged forward fold. So here you can grab onto your toes, or you can just bring your hands down to the mat. On an inhale, taking a halfway lift, and then exhale to fold down and in, closing your eyes. If your head is on the mat, you can always take a headstand here. Few more breaths. And then on your next inhale, we're going to take a halfway lift. You're going to reach that left hand to your right ankle, or if it doesn't make it all the way there, you can just place it onto the mat, close to your right foot as you can. On the inhale, lift that right hand up, coming into a twist, looking up at those right fingertips. One more breath. And then exhale, bring that right hand down, and then walk over towards the left ankle, grabbing on with the right hand or placing the right hand as close to your left foot as you can. Inhale, left arm reaches up, looking up to those left fingertips, wide-legged twist. One more breath. And then exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, interlacing your fingers behind your back, lifting them up, and then exhale away from your body as you fold deep. Right here, you will find out if you have tight or open shoulders. The more you practice yoga, the more you open. One more breath. And then exhale, release those fingertips. Inhale, rising all the way up, 5-pointed star. And then turning your toes out on the exhale, coming into a goddess squat, but placing your hands onto your knees, kind of pressing your knees open. And you can always kind of dip your left shoulder down, looking over your right. And then coming back through center, dipping that right shoulder, looking over your left. And then inhale, coming back through center, rising back up, 5-pointed star. And then turning forward to the top of your mat, coming back into that little low lunge, stepping the right foot back. And then exhale, downward facing dog, hips go high. On the inhale, you're going to lift that left leg up and do just what you did on the other side. So if you take those big circles, 3 in one direction, and then switch directions. And then maybe open that hip up. Maybe you flip your dog. If you're flipped, come on back over. One more breath. Left leg lifted. And then exhale, stepping the left foot in between the hands, low lunge, rocking forward and backward. And then planting your hands down, you're going to step the right foot to the top of the mat and exhale, fold over your legs. You can keep a bend in your knees here. You can grab onto opposite elbows and sway a little bit side to side. Just drop your neck, close your eyes. Still breathing, maintaining that deep breath. And then bending your knees, dropping your bottom a little bit. Start to round through your spine, tucking your chin in towards your chest. And then just begin to ragdoll up to standing, taking your time. Whenever you reach the top, just allow your arms to float up above you, gazing up at your fingers. Notice if you're shrugging your shoulders up by your ears, drawing your shoulders down your back. Letting that lift come from your rib cage. And then really ground down through your feet here, coming into a strong mountain pose. And then dropping that right hand by your right side. Left hand reaches up and over. And then inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, that left hand comes down, right hand reaches. And then inhale, coming back through center, bending through your elbows, lifting your heart up towards the sky. Baby back bend. Inhale, arms come back up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, chest towards your thighs, coming back into that forward fold. On an inhale, you're going to lift halfway so hands can come onto your knees, on your shins, or stay on the mat. Just trying to draw your shoulder blades down your back as you gaze forward, pulling your abs in. And then on the exhale, hands plant onto the mat, stepping back, high push-up. So here, you're really pressing the mat away from your body. Your body is one long line here. So on the exhale, you're going to start to move forward, coming up onto your toes, hugging elbows in towards your rib cage as you slowly begin to lower. You can either hover here, low push-up, or come all the way onto the mat. On the inhale, you're just going to peel your chest up off of the floor, or you can come into upward facing dog, hovering your legs off the mat. On the exhale, tucking your toes, hips go high, coming back into that downward facing dog. Taking one breath here. And then coming high on your toes, bending your knees, looking forward, either step or hop your feet in between your hands. On the inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. And then exhale, fold down and in. Inhale, rising all the way up to standing, coming back into that mountain pose. And then dropping the right hand down, left hand reaches over. And then inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, left hand down, right hand reaches. And then inhale, back up through center. Open your heart up towards the sky. Inhale, back up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant down, stepping back, top of a push-up. You can always come down onto your knees to lower, but on the exhale, hug elbows in, slowly lower. Inhale, scoop your chest through your arms. And then exhale, tuck your toes, hips go high, downward facing dog. One breath. Now on your exhale, high in the toes, bend the knees, step or hop your feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold down and in. Inhale to rise up to standing. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand reaches. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand goes to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, that little back bend if you want to. Inhale, back up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back, high push-up. Exhale to low push-up or all the way down. Inhale to scoop your chest through. And then exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. One breath here. And then exhale, high in the toes, bend the knees, step or hop your feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold. This time you're going to sink your hips low. Keep your heart lifted. Lift your hands up, coming into chair pose. It's like you're sitting in an invisible chair here, squeezing your legs together. One more breath. And then exhale, fold forward, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back, high push-up. Exhale to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. On the inhale, you're going to step the right foot in between the hands, pivot the left heel down 45 degrees. Inhale, coming into your warrior one here. So you're trying to square your hips off towards the front of your mat. So you're going to scoot your left hip forward, right hip back. Lifting through your arms, activating your fingers. One more breath. And then exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot back, slowly lower, Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step that left foot in between your hands, pivot the right heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Pressing right hip forward, left hip back this time, again squaring off. And then exhale, hands come down, step the left foot back, slowly lower. Inhale, scooping your heart high. Exhale, hips go up and back, take 2 breaths here. And then on the exhale, come high on the toes, bend the knees, step or hop your feet top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, lift your heart up, chair pose, 1 breath. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, step it back, top of a push-up, slowly lower. Inhale, scoop your heart up. Exhale, hips go high. Inhale, right foot steps, left heel pivots. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, hands come back down, step the right foot back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, scoop your chest up. Exhale, hips go up and back. Step the left foot in between your hands. Pivot the right heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Squaring hips towards the front. And then exhale, hands come down. Step the left foot back, high push-up. Exhale to low push-up or all the way down. Inhale, peel your chest up. And then exhale, tuck your toes, hips go high. 2 breaths, downward facing dog. And then on your next exhale, high in the toes, bend the knees. Step or hop your feet top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, spine comes up, chair pose. And then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, step it back, high push up. Exhale to low push up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. On the inhale, right leg lifts. Coming back into that 3-legged dog. On the exhale, you're going to take that right knee, touch your right tricep. Hold it here. 1 more breath. And then you're going to move that right knee over to your left tricep and hold. Then move it back to the right tricep, all the way up to your right armpit. Slowly lower it down to your right wrist. And then inhale, bring it back up. And then inhale, 3-legged dog. On the exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Stay high on the ball of the back foot. On the inhale, arms come up, crescent lunge. So you're squeezing through your inner thighs here, activating your fingertips, maintaining that breath. Trying to be low here, keeping that back knee activated. 1 more breath, just getting this in your body. And then on your next exhale, you're going to reach forward here. Staying here for a breath. And then on the exhale, you're going to shoot your arms back, palms facing up. And then inhale, arms come back up into the sky. So exhale, reaching forward, palms come back. Inhale up. 1 more time, reaching forward, palms come back. This time we're going to interlace the fingers here. So squeezing the shoulder blades together. Going to start to bring the weight into your right foot. Starting to lift that left foot up. Coming into your warrior 3 with interlaced fingers. Trying to make your body parallel to the mat. Trying to square your hips off. 1 more breath. And then exhale, you're going to step that left foot to the back of the mat like your feet are in warrior 1. And then inhale, lifting your heart up towards the sky. And then exhale, keeping your hands interlaced, Going to start to dive your chest forward on the inside of your right knee. Coming into humble warrior, just going as far as you can, trying to keep your hands elevated. One more breath. And then exhale, release your hands. Place your left hand by your right big toe. Spin off your left heel, right hand reaches up into the air. Dragonfly twist, opening your heart towards the sky. One more breath. And then coming up onto those left fingertips, you're going to start to float the left leg up into the air, keeping that right hand lifted, reverse half moon. So squeezing through your legs, squeezing through your glutes, trying to keep everything strong. Trying to lift your gaze up towards those right fingertips. It's okay if you have to look down. One more breath, balancing. And then exhale, we're just going to switch hands. So bringing the right hand down, left hand up, coming into our half moon balance. So trying to stack your hips on top of each other. Flexing that foot helps. And then trying to bring that gaze up towards those left fingertips. Maybe even floating that right hand off of the mat. One more breath here, wherever you are. And then exhale, using your core, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Arms come up, 5-pointed star. Turning your toes out to face either side of the mat. On the exhale, starting to bend into your knees, sinking your hips, coming into your goddess pose. So your hands can come to heart center, or you can bring them into cactus arms. Wherever you want to be, just kind of tucking that tailbone, pulling your core in, not like we're twerking. Coming into a really strong goddess pose. Taking one more breath here. And then inhale, coming back into that 5-pointed star. Going to turn the right toes towards the front of the mat. Bending into that knee, arms come to a T, warrior two. So going a little deeper than you want to go here. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back, gazing over that front middle finger. And then flipping that right palm, drawing the left hand down the left leg, right hand reaches up and back. Reverse warrior. And then on the exhale, bringing that right forearm on top of your right thigh, left hand reaches up into the air. Or maybe you bring that right hand down to the floor, just keeping those hips low. And then exhale, both hands come down to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back, exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, scoop your chest up. Exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, hold here. And bring it over to the right tricep and hold. Bring it back to the left, come up high into the armpit, and then slowly lower it down to the wrist. Bring it back up to the armpit, and then shoot that left leg back up. And then exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, stay up high on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. So again, squeezing through the inner thighs, getting low, activating your fingers, activating that back kneecap. And then reaching forward, holding here for a breath. And then exhale, shooting those hands back, palms facing up. And then inhale, back through high crescent. So again, reaching forward. Exhale, hands come back. Inhale, high crescent. One more time, reaching forward. And then reaching back, this time interlacing fingers. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Start to place the weight into the left foot. Start to float that right leg up, warrior three. Again, parallel to the floor. Trying to lift your heart a little bit. One more breath. And then exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Keeping those hands interlaced. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, start to dive your chest forward on the inside of your left thigh. Humble warrior. Again, just going as far as you can down. One more breath. And exhale, release your hands. Right hand comes by your left big toe. Spin off your right heel. Left hand reaches. Dragonfly twist. Looking up at the left fingertips, spinning your heart up. And then start to come onto those right fingertips. Start to float the right leg up. Reverse half moon. So again, squeezing everything you've got. Trying to keep that gaze lifted, but it's okay if you need to look down. One more breath. And then again, we're just going to switch hands so left fingertips come down. Right hand comes up. Stack those hips. Flex the right foot. Look up at the right hand. Half moon balance. Again, balancing is hard. If you come out of it, try to come back in. No shame in that whatsoever. It means you're trying. One more breath again. Maybe you float that left hand up. Maybe you don't. And then exhale. Use your core. Step the right foot. Top of the mat. Inhale. Arms come up. 5-pointed star. And then turning your toes out to opposite ends of the mat. Start to sink your hips low. Coming into that goddess pose. So core is engaged. You're not sticking your butt out. Hands can go wherever you want them to. One more breath, going a little lower. And then inhale, straightening arms, straightening legs. Pointing those left toes forward. Bending into the left knee, opening arms out to a T. Warrior two. Adjusting your feet if you need to. Drawing shoulder blades down your back. And then flipping that left palm, right hand comes down your right leg. Left hand reaches up and back, trying to keep the bend in your left knee. And then exhale, that left forearm comes onto your left thigh or the floor. Right hand reaches up, side angle pose. Trying to keep your hips low. Trying to keep your gaze lifted. And then exhale, both hands come down, step the left foot back. High push up, exhale to low push up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. So we're going to start to flow one breath, one movement. So on the next inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to tricep. Knee to left tricep. Knee back to right. High up in the armpit. Slowly lower down to the wrist. Back to the armpit. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between. High up on the ball of the back foot. Inhale up. High crescent. Reaching forward, reaching back. We're just going to interlace the fingers one time now. Coming up onto that right foot. Floating the left leg up. Warrior three. Exhale, stepping that foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, lifting your heart. Exhale, begin to dive forward. Humble warrior. Exhale, releasing. Left hand by the right big toe, spin off the left heel. Right hand reaches up. Dragonfly twist. Coming up high onto those left fingers, floating the left leg up. Reverse warrior. Reverse half moon balance. And then exhale, switching hands. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches. Stacking hips, half moon. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat, reaching up 5-pointed star, turning your toes outward, start to bend into your knees, sinking hips low, goddess pose. Inhale, back up, 5-pointed star, turning your right toes out, bending into that right knee, arms open out to a T, warrior 2. Sinking down low, and then flip that right hand, left hand comes down your leg, right hand reaches up and back. And then exhale, that right forearm comes onto your thigh or onto the floor, left hand reaches up. And then exhale, both hands come down, step it back, high push-up. Exhale to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Left knee to right tricep. Back to your left tricep, high in the armpit, down to the wrist. Back to the armpit. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, step the left foot in between. High on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, torso and arms float up, crescent lunge. Reaching forward, reaching back, interlacing fingers. Start to float that right leg up, warrior 3. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, lift your heart up. And then exhale, diving forward, humble warrior. Releasing your hands, right hand comes by the left big toe, spin off the right heel. Left hand reaches up, dragonfly twist. Look down, start to come up onto those right fingertips, lifting the right foot up, squeezing through the legs, trying to gaze up at the left fingers. Exhale, switching hands, left fingertips come down, right hand floats up, flex through the right foot. Using your core, step to the back of the mat. Arms reach up, 5-pointed star, toes point out. Exhale, goddess. Sinking your hips low, lower than you want to. And then inhale, reaching up, left toes point to the front of the mat, bending into the left knee, arms come to a T, warrior 2. Flipping the left palm, right hand comes down the right leg, left hand reaches up and back. And then exhale, left forearm comes onto your left thigh or to the floor. Right hand reaches, hips are low. Exhale, hands come down, step it back, high push-up. Slowly lower. Inhale, scoop your heart up. Exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Come onto your knees, sink your hips low. Child's pose. Slowing your breath down. Just taking a moment, slowing your heart rate. And then on your next inhale, coming back on to your hands and knees. Tucking your toes under, hips go high, downward facing dog. On the inhale, shifting forward into a plank position, pressing the mat away from your body. On the exhale, coming onto your forearms. Staying here for a breath. And then inhale, coming back onto your hands, high push-up. Exhale, forearms. Inhale, pressing back up, high push-up. Exhale, forearms. And we're going to hold forearms here. You can always interlace your fingers. You can always come down to your knees. Try to stay up, though. If you come down, you can always come back up. Focusing on your breath, focusing on the inhales and the exhales. Maybe closing your eyes here. If you came down, come back up. A couple more breaths. Pressing out away from your shoulders. Almost there. And then slowly sinking your hips down, pressing your forearms into the mat, Sphinx pose. Letting everything go. Maybe if you need a little bit more, straightening those hands, coming into your seal pose. Just be mindful of that low back. A few more breaths. And then just come all the way down to your belly, resting your face to one side. And just pressing yourself up, we're going to come to a seated position on the mat. So we're going to come into hero pose or half hero pose. So we're going to bend your right knee, just placing your right foot by your hip. And we're going to inhale, arms come up. And then exhale is folding over that left foot. So your hands may come onto your knee, may come onto your shin, may just be by the floor. You don't have to reach that foot. But wherever you are, I'm going to take a halfway lift like we did in those sun salutations. And then exhale to fold down and in. So on each inhale, you can lengthen a little longer. On each exhale, you can fold just a little bit deeper. So just again, closing your eyes, finding a place of stillness here. A place where you feel a sensation. Two more breaths. And on the inhale, slowly begin to roll your spine back up. And we're going to start to recline here. So maybe you're just bringing your hands back behind your hips. Maybe you're coming onto your forearms. Or maybe laying all the way down. Wherever you are, wherever your body is opening up to, just allow yourself to be there. Closing your eyes if you're laying all the way down, maybe bringing arms up above your head. Just getting a really nice stretch in the top of your thigh, quad. Removing the energy from yang to yin in these yin poses, just allow the body to open up so much more. All that connective tissue really opens with these long holding stretches. So just focus on the breath, focus on your body, moving past barriers. Few more breaths. Then on your next inhale, kind of rolling over onto your left side, pressing yourself up, straightening that right leg, maybe shaking your legs out a little bit. Then you're going to bend the left knee so the left foot comes back by the left hip. Inhale, arms come up, spine is long, and then exhale, hinging forward from the hips, folding over that right leg. Your knee may come out a little bit, that's okay. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down and in. So again, hand may be on your knee, it may be on your shin, it may be on your foot. Doesn't matter how far you go, it doesn't matter if you hold on to that foot or not. What matters is if you feel something, if you feel a stretch in that leg. And then just breathe through whatever sensation you're feeling. Breathe through any thoughts arising. Just focus back to the inhale and the exhale. Two more breaths. breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to roll your spine back up. And again, moving to that reclined half hero. Maybe hands just come back behind you. Maybe coming onto forearms, or maybe laying all the way down onto the mat. Wherever you are is fine. And one side may be tighter than the other. That's perfectly okay. You might have been laying down on the right side and you may be on your forearms on the left, and that's perfectly fine. Wherever you are, breathing into what you're feeling in the top of your thigh, that quad. Just settling into that stillness, that surrender. Feel more breaths. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll over onto the right side, and then just extend that left leg. So you're just laying on your back, legs extended. And then hug your knees in towards your chest, kind of rocking a little bit side to side here. And then when you're ready, just drop both knees over to the left, extending your right arm out long. And then turn your gaze towards those right fingertips. So we're coming into a little twist here. You can always cross your legs over each other if you need a little bit more. You can always kind of push those knees down with your left hand. Just trying to keep your shoulders onto the mat. And then just soften through your face. Just allow this pose to feel really good. On your next inhale, bringing knees back through center, give yourself a little squeeze, rocking side to side, and then bringing both knees over to the right. Again, maybe crossing legs over each other. If you need a little bit more, maybe pressing your knees down with your right hand. Extending the left arm long, turning your gaze towards those left fingers. Closing your eyes, breathing. Just allowing your body to melt down into your mat. Inhale, come back through center, hugging your knees again, rocking a little bit side to side. And then placing your feet flat onto the mat, as close to your hips as you can. Bringing your palms by your hips down towards the floor. And then on your next inhale, you're going to press your feet into the mat, lifting your hips up into the air, kind of walking your shoulder blades together. Maybe even interlacing your fingers underneath your back to get an extra lift in your chest. Coming into bridge pose, so really activating the tops of your thighs, trying to keep your hips really high into the air. Closing your eyes, trying not to move your neck. One more breath, an inch higher. And then exhale, slowly lower your hips back down to the floor. Taking one breath just to rest. And then on this next back bend, you can either do what we just did, bridge, or if you have full wheel in your practice, feel free to flip your palms. And then on the next inhale, either press your feet down coming into bridge, or press up full wheel. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself back down to the mat. We have one more back bend. So again, if you want bridge, you can go there. Or if you want wheel, you can go there as well. On the next inhale, pressing up into whichever you choose. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself back down to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest, rocking side to side, massaging your low back. And then grabbing the outside edges of your feet, kind of press your knees down towards your armpits. Coming into a happy baby, rocking side to side, closing your eyes. And releasing your feet, just allowing them to come to the top of the mat. Allowing your feet to just fall open naturally. Placing hands by your hips, palms up to receive, closing your eyes. Coming into our final pose, Shavasana, allowing your body to just be heavy onto the earth. Just allowing for a moment of stillness to let all the poses we practice soak into your body. Slowly start to bring subtle movements back into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe bringing your arms up above your head, doing a full body stretch, letting that lower back lift off of the floor. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side. Maybe resting your head on your bicep, just curling into a little ball, knees come up into your chest for fetal pose. Just taking a moment here to recognize that you are not the same person you were an hour ago. And whenever you're ready, slowly begin to press yourself up, coming into a seated position on your mat, legs crossed. Closing your eyes, allow your hands to float up above you until your palms touch. And then exhale, bring hands through to heart center, gently bowing your head. Taking a moment of gratitude for today, for this ancient practice of yoga, and for all of the things that your bodies are capable of doing. The light that is in me honors the light that is in you, that light of love, joy, peace, and happiness. Namaste. Well, thank you all so much for watching and allowing me to guide you through this practice. And I really appreciate everyone who participates and comments, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.